For the first time, we're tearing down division walls for a bona fide pound-for-pound challenge at UFC Performance Institute. Today, these teammates face off in a workout designed to test their strength, fitness, and agility.
My name is John the Magician Dodson. I fight at the bantamweight division. I'm the Ultimate Fighter Season 14 winner.
John Dodson!
He's a serious athlete, man. This kid can do some things with his body that is very unusual.
I'm Lando Vannata, Groovy Lando. Been in the UFC for 3 years now, 7 fights, 4 post-fight bonuses, Knockout of the Year award.
And he got out of nowhere, just like that. Wow.
So I've known John since I was 16. He was already a bigger name in the sport before I got in, but he showed me a lot of the ropes early in my career.
The athletes will compete in a timed circuit, and the one who performs better will take home a new Assault Fitness Air Bike Elite.
After I beat John today, get this bike, it's going right into Jackson's MMA Acoma, it's going right in the gym, and it's gonna be there for everybody to use.
This is one of those moments where you have master and student, and now they're on the even playing field, and I want to make sure that I stay above in that master category because I will not let my students surpass me.
So we really designed the workout to try and mimic some of the aspects of an MMA fight in the UFC. And what we do know is that 77% of fights are often won in 6 to 36 seconds of explosive effort. So you can see in the workout we've got some real high-intensity explosive movements that mimic those energetic demands.
They'll start with 5 rounds of 3 moves, alternating 30 seconds work and 30 seconds rest. Then a brief rest, followed by a 1-mile sprint on the Assault Air Bike. The winner will be determined by these measurements.
Larger athletes aren't necessarily benefiting from some of these exercises, and in certain circumstances, a smaller athlete has more potential to succeed.
Ready? Go!
So if you look at many of the explosive wrestling and grappling movements that you see in the UFC, you're picking up your opponent and driving their body down onto the floor. That requires whole body strength and power and is really unique to our sport.
Doing a deadlift into a shoulder press, like that tedious motion of going down and picking it all the way up to make sure it's coming back down and then going back all the way up.
It's about how mentally tough you are and how much you can get in a certain period of time, and no one's gonna beat me in that.
Relax!
We've inserted a defensive wrestling sprawl either side of the box. It means that the fighters can replicate movements that they see in the octagon, and then we put the energetic demands and the requirements of navigating back and forth across the box to really challenge their physiology.
I was excited being able to go up and over and making sure that hurdle and that jump, I can keep on pushing forward.
John's history with cardio, he can do some things very well, but if you ask him to go for a 5-mile run, I don't think he can hang.
We already know that I'm way faster. I'm super light. He's like 100 pounds heavier than I am.
Big pushes here. Drive your legs. Come on. Relax. Use those arms too. Try and rip the arms off that bike.
So one of the unique things about something like the Assault Fitness Air Bike is that if you pedal slowly, the resistance is actually quite low. And the faster you try and pedal, the harder the resistance becomes. So it's now a strategy to understand the best way to get through the sprint. Are you going to really drive those pedals around and essentially require more energy to perform? Or are you actually going to pace yourself, go at a slower speed, but work against a lower resistance?
He's gonna have that more power, so we're gonna be able to do this really quick. If we're putting us on a bike, his legs are gonna be a lot longer and get more power because they generate speed.
The Assault Air Bike drivetrain makes pedaling more difficult than on a standard stationary bike, which translates to more calories burned.
Let's go.
In MMA, we often talk about a fighter's heart, the warrior spirit, or who wants it more. And in reality, that means the fighter with the greatest physiological reserve in their muscles, their cardiorespiratory system, and essentially their ability to produce energy and push through right to the end.
Relax.
So during the last part of the workout, the guys did a mile assessment, and during that time they were wearing a mask that was measuring their exhaled carbon dioxide and the amount of oxygen that they inhale. And that goes into a metabolic cart where we can look at their metabolism and how their body is functioning.
Ready?
Go ahead, 1 mile as fast as you can.
It's a real whole body exercise. Another thing about the Assault Air Bike is that it's low impact and there's essentially no impact on the joints as we're performing really high intensity exercise. It often means that their recovery from a really challenging workout is expedited and can happen faster.
Relax.
So when we looked at the data at the end of the test, what we saw was that John Dodson got a VO2 max assessment of 53 and Lando got an assessment of 58. Obviously there's a difference between those two scores and that tends to show us that Lando had a higher aerobic capability.
After 5 rounds and 1 fast mile, the scores are as follows. And the winner of our UFC Assault Fitness WOD Challenge is Lando Vannata.
I'm really excited to be able to put this in the gym and incorporate it into my workouts and let my teammates have a little fun on it as well.
I definitely see myself using this every single chance I can get. I'll put this to my workout so I can go ahead and perform a lot harder and stronger, anything I have to do. This will definitely push my cardio to the way that I need it to be, and it'll make sure that I can go ahead and be the best I can be.
Now it's your turn. Try the workout yourself and let us know how you score.